The Alberta election is fundamentally about the economy, but there is one big issue that's inextricably linked in voters' minds to the economic troubles in Alberta, and that's pipelines. A fundamental source of Alberta's economic malaise is that there's no good way to transport oil from the oil sands to refineries in the United States or to Canada's west coast for export. That leaves more than 300,000 barrels per day going by train. It's more expensive, and a glut of oil in Alberta has led to troubling price swings in the markets. Pipelines would help solve that. A handful of them were actually planned. Northern Gateway was supposed to go from Bruderheim, Alberta to Kitimat, British Columbia. Now that pipeline was scrapped in 2016. Justin Trudeau's government had banned oil tanker traffic in northern BC, so without a way to move the oil once it got to Kitimat, there was really no point in building the pipeline. The Trans Mountain expansion, that's probably the one you've heard the most about, was supposed to run from Edmonton to Burnaby, BC, but it was stalled by a court ruling last summer. It now awaits cabinet approval for construction to continue. Another option, Enbridge's Line 3, was supposed to be back at full capacity by summer, carrying oil from Hardisty, Alberta to Superior, Wisconsin. It was hung up by regulatory bodies in the US. Now it's expected to be back by fall, able to carry about 370,000 barrels per day. And then there's Keystone XL, supposed to carry oil from Hardisty, Alberta to Steel City, Nebraska. That's still hung up in the regulatory process too. And there's Energy East, meant to carry oil from Alberta to St. John, New Brunswick. It was scrapped back in October 2017 because of regulatory hurdles in Canada and disagreements between provinces. All this has led to Alberta oil selling for less than it should. It was trading at US $52 discount last year compared to the benchmark oil price. Normally that differential is between 10 and 15 US dollars. And the government proposed curtailments, limiting the amount of oil production as a way to artificially pump the prices back up. There were about 35 million oil barrels in storage and 190,000 barrels coming out of the ground each day. So a curtailment was seen as the best bet to raise prices. But pipeline capacity would fix all this. Rachel Notley and the New Democrats say they are fighting to get pipelines built. Jason Kenney and the United Conservatives say they would take a hard line with Ottawa and British Columbia and get pipelines built. But would either succeed? Well, who knows? But the issue remains both in the election and the economy. The lack of pipeline capacity is a major political issue in Alberta, and whatever the solution is, people want it to come soon, because the more oil that moves, the better the economy is going to do.